Led Zeppelin is known to be one of the greatest rock bands of all time, but unlike many other bands of the time like the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, they barely made any changes from one album to the other. Now, I don't mean to say that they didn't make any changes at all. When you look at the 4 Led Zeppelin albums, if you look closely, you'll probably find some small differences. Led Zeppelin 3, for example, tends to use the acoustic guitar a lot more. Led Zeppelin 1 uses progressive instrumentals a lot more, and in Led Zeppelin 4, you'll find the writing to be slightly focused on storytelling. However, the overall sound palette is still pretty similar, even when you go past the self-titled albums to albums like Houses of the Holy and Physical Graffiti. You guys know that I'm always talking about how evolution is necessary to make a discography feel interesting, so how can it be that so many people place Led Zeppelin at the very top when all of their albums seem to be so similar? Well, the thing is that me saying that the sound palettes are the same does not mean that there was no evolution, because with every album they got better and better at performing their instruments and improving their chemistry. In the beginning, for example, the band relied on slower build-ups, and you can clearly feel that the boys were slowly learning about each other with each song. Then, in the following years, Jimmy Page and Robert Plant developed the dynamics that resulted in some of the most memorable songs by the band, like Since I've Been Loving You and Whole Lotta Love. So by the time you get to Led Zeppelin 4, their chemistry is at an all-time high, which maybe explains why so many people, including myself, see this album as one of the greatest of all time. In other words, they were unique in the sense that they weren't trying to diversify their sound, they only wanted to perfect their formula with each release. And as a result, we were left with one of the best and most prolific discographies in the history of music.